Nothing happens to you. It's all happening for you. You are made in the image and likeness of God, and God is unshakable peace. All events, situations, experiences happen to help refacilitate the reclamation of that peace. It's all here for you, my friends. Life is a great big training ground. But the degree that you grow, the degree that you find mastery through that training is dependent on how you relate and how intelligently, we are relating to life. Right here, my friends, I want to talk about a technique for the extreme circumstances of life. Whether that is getting into a cold shower, the resistance you feel to starting that business, to writing that book, right? The fear, the anxiety that comes with relationships or loss or pain, many different curveballs. Life is constantly throwing you tests, right? These tests are here for you. Oftentimes, a great loss might seem like a catastrophe in your mind. I know you could relate to this. There's been catastrophes in your life that were actually blessings in disguise. I can think of so many on a small scale or a large scale. And when we gain clarity of this, that this is all happening for us, then it comes down to, how do I master myself? When extreme circumstances come up, where I'm feeling a lot of frustration or anger or anxiety or resistance, but I know that this is just a test, that I can move through this, that I'm gonna really be okay. Oftentimes our mind is lying to us. Like, it thinks we're dying, it's trying to protect us, or we're trying to sit down and write and saying, you don't got anything worthy to say. Or a small situation comes up and then you're just in fear all day, right? How do we regain self-mastery, self-command of our internal environment through the many throes of life? That's what this video is addressing. I'm Kristian, this is Reality Files. And if you like this video, please hit that like button, drop a comment below. I love reading your thoughts. Furthermore, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, get more clear, get more empowered into your life here in 2021, please apply, link in the description for a free one-on-one with me, or you can just message me over on Instagram at realityfiles with an _. Let's do this thing. My friends, step one in extreme circumstances in life is we must learn to control the breath and the nervous system and let the feeling move through us. This step, my friends, has to do with acceptance and the yin and yang, okay? Step one is that acceptance part, like, dang, I feel a lot of frustration right now. 2 days ago, I was driving back from Denver, 6 hours through the mountains, and then the road was closed. And I'm like 2 hours in, I gotta turn around, drive 2 hours back out. Then it just added like 3 hours to my trip. And I got so frustrated. I was so angry about it, right? This situation came up. And then I was just having angry thoughts and feeling frustrated. And like, all of a sudden I got into this like blame and just a really like lowered view of life, a lowered way of relating to life, right? And I recognized myself doing this and just like, you know what? This is actually not a catastrophe. This is only a catastrophe in your own mind, brother. Accept it. So I started breathing and accepting the situation. Okay, I gotta drive an extra few hours. So what? Accepting the situation. Like, oh, you know what? Like, YouTube is shadow banning me. Okay, we gotta accept this feeling. We gotta let the feeling play its song fully so that we can release it. Okay? So acceptance and breathing in the masculine structure and letting the feminine flow through you. The masculine structure to me is awareness, it's consciousness. It is control of the breath and the nervous system. So I sat there in my car breathing, just going through really deep breath control and feeling the frustration or the anger or but not letting the mind run wild. You see, I was dealing with the energy first. Deal with the emotion. Maybe it's an emotion of deep fear, right? Can you breathe and not lose your breath control while triggering, situations that hold fear for you? Maybe a hard phone call, maybe something you gotta do, right? Maybe something you gotta let go of. Can you breathe and feel that feeling? This is what the alchemist feeds on. He feeds on the darkness. He understands and recognizes that the darkness is there to be transmuted into wisdom and light. The hard situations in your life come for you. They come for you so that you can learn. And the faster you learn, the more rapid you grow above these kinds of things, right? So breathing through that, accepting and feeling the feeling fully, right? I know going through a recent breakup, there was a lot of fear. And honestly, my mind would run obsessively through thoughts of anxiety, of the future, of loss, of pain, of grief, of fear, obsessively. It was like torment, right? And the only way I could get through that was by breathing deeply and dealing with the feeling itself. And then all of a sudden, that energy, right, moves out of you and you are elevated through acceptance and that breath work. You are elevated. Your nervous system opens up. Your perspective opens up. You have heightened awareness and you see like, oh, it's all going to be okay. This is actually a great thing. This is a great blessing. I am so excited for life. All of a sudden you start to relate to life through love. Love is not something someone can give or take. It's not an emotion per se. It's a way of relating to the whole world. And I found that through letting those lower emotions, that lower energy move through me, right? Through holding the masculine structure and breath control and not losing it while feeling the feelings fully, feeling the tears, the anger, the rage, the frustration, whatever it is. So I was doing that on my car ride, right? Feeling all this frustration, anger, really irrational. It's like a small thing that comes up. Small things come up in our reality all day and they literally control us. It's almost like we're a slave to these circumstances. And we think it's happening to us, and then we get forceful, and then we react, and it's a downhill spiral, right? The thoughts that plague you. How do we liberate ourselves from that is through that breathing and acceptance. And then on that car ride, after I went through that process, all of a sudden, I just started listening to music I really loved and singing and, doing some freestyle rapping. And then I started to have beautiful thoughts, like thoughts that moved me to tears and love and thoughts of the future and what I want to build and grow into. It was awesome, and it was an immediate reaffirmation that, wow, again, this experience happened for me, YouTube shadow banning me happens for me, right? Any situation, any suffering in your life, you can give it deep meaning, my friends, because it's calling you out of you. What is this life? Why do we have all these tests, all this suffering, all this reaction and anxiety? Why is it there? It's to call the real you out of you. It is there for you to acquire wisdom, to learn to not identify with this flesh and blood, with this down here, with this earth plane, with this lower I. It's there for you to identify with the spirit dancing behind it all, who is singing through the highs and the lows, holding on to neither. It's there for you. And in fact, it's always a blessing in disguise. The catastrophe is only in your mind. Remember, my friends, the catastrophe is only in your mind. Deal with the energy as it is, by itself. Command your breath and your nervous system, and life opens up. From that place of homeostasis, right, we can go into step 2, which is attitude. Your attitude, right, determines the quality, the flow of your magnetic field, of the energy in which you exist within, the power of your life force, your attitude, right? Let's say you have an attitude that's kind of bummed out, that's sad, that's apathetic, that's blaming, a shitty attitude, right? That kind of attitude, my friends, is going to create feelings and thoughts that reflect it. Choose your attitude, right? You can choose your attitude and choose your breath. And through those two things, you can control your nervous system, which controls the chemical balance in the body, the endocrine system, right? Which controls the thoughts and feelings you're having. Breath and attitude, my friends. Breath and attitude. Can you breathe through the situations that happen, acquire wisdom through the lows? Right? So that you can stay poised through it. So you can become sovereign. And the highs are coming right around the corner. It's all happening for you, my friends. And all events are here to facilitate the reclamation of your deep peace. Your deep peace with yourself, your deep peace with life. That is the relationship of the sage in which we're trying to grow. And to develop that, we must master ourselves and see all things as training. Another quick example, just to reiterate this point, jumping into a cold shower. Right? We jump into a cold shower. That's an extreme situation. Your body thinks it's dying. Your mind is like, get me the fuck out of here, right? But can you breathe and be graceful, be open, be like, I'm unfuckwithable in this cold shower? Can we be friendly, almost playful with that pain? If we can do that in, I'm pointing to my shower right now, but if we can do that in, temporary discomforts that we are consciously choosing, we can learn to do that through the discomforts in life, right? So it's a practice, my friends. All things are training. All things are an opportunity to master yourself. It's about how you are in the situations. The situations are content free. It doesn't really matter, whatever it is, whatever kind of hard time, struggle is coming up. It doesn't matter. What matters is how you respond to it. Are you graceful in your mind and body, open, breathing? Or are you jumping into a cold shower, getting tight, breath going rapid, and then just can't wait to turn it off? Practice, my friends, in all these situations. It's all happening for you. That's all I got to say. Again, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, message me on Instagram, shoot me an email, or you can apply for free one-on-one with me. Link in the description for that. Also, I have a breathwork group training program starting here in January. If you want to get involved, make sure to email me ASAP. A few spots left for that. Peace out, my friends. I'll see you on the other side.